welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are watching this video. I'm glad you're here. This is the fourth video and the third step of our series of videos outlining the steps of setting up and creating a light plot in Vectorworks Spotlight 2024. In this video, we are going to be looking at putting in the front of house lighting and making choices and using the tools that Vectorworks gives us to make accurate choices. So let's do it. Make this go away. All right, so we have our stage, and we have our lights, and we have our focus points in. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure we are in the right layer. So I'm in the lighting layer, all set to go. And now we are ready to start putting in lighting units. And what I do, right or wrong, but I was taught the McCandless method of lighting, and that is a warm and a cool at 24 or at 45 degrees opposite each other. That if you do it right, it mixes together to make a pleasing warm or cool light. Now that is a vast oversimplification, but if you'd like to learn more, just Google the Stanley McCandless method, and I use it as a place to start. It is not the end-all be-all. It is, and it says in his book, it is a method of lighting the stage, not the method of lighting the stage. So it is one of many, but it's a place where I start, and if I can do the whole stage in McCandless, I know I'm going to be covered, because the number one function of stage lighting is to be able to see, and with McCandless, everybody's going to see everything. So that is where we're going to start. So I have created a couple things. I'm going to slide over here, and I've created this little thing here. It's essentially two lines that have a straight line and a 45-degree line, and I use this to kind of help me rough in my 45-degree angles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, and I made it, and then I grouped it. So I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna snap it right to the center of our focus point. So here it is. So if I were to hang a light and pointing at focus point A, and it would be hanging off the pipe, and that happens sometimes. I mean, most lighting positions in most theaters are imperfect creatures. They are not even close to where you need fixtures sometimes. So we're gonna just scooch this fixture over, and it's going to be right on the end of the pipe. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come up to our insert lighting device tool, and I'm going to come up, and I'm going to select a lighting symbol. Alrighty, and I have all of my lights in here, and we're going to use mostly incandescent fixtures. We're going to use a few LED fixtures, but I'm going to start off with a 70-degree fixture. That means the beam of light coming out of the fixture is 70 degrees. Now chances are that's going to be pretty, I know it's going to be pretty big, but I just want to demonstrate the process. Okay, so I'm gonna pick my 70 degree, and I'm going to click on select, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over right on the end of the pipe, click once to put it on the pipe, and then once, and I click on my focus point, and it is right there. Now you see, when I attached that fixture, it added something onto it, and that is a channel symbol, and that's something that we need to change. I'm going to show you how to do that. In Vectorworks Spotlight, there's something called label legends, and that is how we use label legends as a way to display the data that goes on a lighting symbol in the correct manner. And you can have multiple label legends. I have label legends for my incandescent fixtures. Oh, let's take a look. Let's just do that. So I'm going to come over up to Spotlight, Lighting, and Label Legend Manager, and it shows here all the label legends that we have in this plot, and those were imported in a couple videos ago. So I have label Northwest Legend General, LED strip, mover, scroller, if I have a top hat, or for our LED house lights. So this fixture is an incandescent light, and I am going to use Northwest Legend General. Okay, so I'm going to select active, and I'm going to select that. Okay, and for right now, that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to probably make another video specifically focusing on label legends and how to create them. So we're going to click on done. It's not going to change it because I have to come over here, come over to our object info palette, and I need to find use legend. Okay, so it was using the LED house legend, which is wrong. So I'm going to come over Northwest Legend General, and now it puts in an area for our dimmer, our channel. There will be a unit number, there will be a color, and a focus. So right there, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to say that I want this fixture to be pointing at A, so I'm going to click on focus, and I'm going to type in A. All right. And there it puts A right there. But now what I want to do is I want to do a visualization of what that lighting symbol is going to look like, what the beam is going to look like. So I'm going to come down here, I'm going to click on draw beam. Holy mackerel, that is one old big beam of light, which admittedly I said it was going to be. So that's probably too big of a light. That is probably big. And the nice thing is we can look at this, and I can come and we can look at it in the right side view and see where it's going to be. So we're actually looking through the wall of the theater, but if we have that light hung there, it is going to shine way against the back wall, and we don't want that. So let's come back around to the top. And now I'm going to go the other direction, okay, as I'm going to change this light, and we can change it, replace lighting device, and I'm going to change it for, let's just for fun, we're going to do a 10 degree. This is going to be way too small. Select it, and it changes the symbol, but you know that's really small. A 10 degree is used when you're in a big theater shooting a long distance. So okay, now I'm going to try something that's going to be a little more reasonable. I'm going to try a 35 degree source force. So we're going to replace lighting device, 35. And the thing is, once you make this decision, most of your lights are going to be the same. So I'm going to come back, 36 degree. I'm so sorry. 36, let's give that a try. There's a 36 degree. And I kind of like that because the beam and the field, they are going to overlap, and you know, the more overlap the better. So I'm gonna keep that. Let's use this 36 degree, okay? But then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide my little doodad over here, and now I'm just gonna drag and copy the light so it's on that point. And okay, we still have it focusing on area A, but what we're going to do is we're going to change that to area B and hit, and there it changes it, and it goes on area B. And again, we can see there's some overlap, which is really nice. So I'm just going to keep going down here, and we're going to do this, and I'm going to keep sliding this fixture down. We're going to change it to area C, and we're going to go right down the line here. I'm going to quit copying these little helper guys here. I'm going to slide it down. There we go. Let's see. There is area D. Let's bring this person, drag it over. We got D. then let's do E. Oh. Okay, so let's slide that over, copy and paste it over, and we have E, and here is all of our front lights for this part of the McCandless method. So I'm gonna just drag this guy over just a little bit, get him out of the way. We'll come back and use that. Okay. What I'm setting up is something called a system. Okay, and I'm going to choose for my warm lights to be coming from this side of the stage. So all the lights coming from over here are going to be warm, and I'm going to choose Roscoe 04. That's like a bastard amber, light bastard amber. I'm embarrassed. I'm losing my touch on gel colors, but I'm going to select all these fixtures, and I am going to put in color, and I'm going to put in R04. Enter. Now they have colors. Okay, so it's looking. You know, we have our warm system, and what I'm going to do now, because this pipe is symmetrical, I'm going to use the mirror command, and we're going to mirror the lights over and make some changes. And again, this is the genius of CAD. So here we go. It's gonna get messy for a little bit, but stick with me. So I have the lights selected. I'm gonna click and click again, and there are lights. And again, it's like, holy mackerel, we got spaghetti here. So now we have to change a couple things because it rotated around, and now it has E right here, but we need this light to be in focus point A. We need to change the focus point, so we're going to change that from E to A. We're going to change this to B. C can stay exactly where it is because that's in the right spot, and we're going to make that D, and we're going to make this A, or we're going to make this E. I'm sorry, E. All right. So now we have all of our lights in the right places, and what we're going to do is we're going to change the color, and this is going to be our cool system. So I'm going to select these, and I think I'm going to use Roscoe 60, R60. So very safe, and for the purpose of this show, we're just going to use 60. So I'm going to change that to Roscoe 60, and the plot updates, and here we are. So what I'm going to do, we have all these beams. We're covered very nicely. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select these, and I'm going to turn the beams off because it gets a little messy. So let's see, come up and draw a beam. All right. So I am going to leave this video right here. We are going to, in the next video, we are going to add, I'm going to light these areas, these three areas from front of house. So in the next video, it's going to be a lot shorter, but in the next video, we're going to light these three areas and get them covered. So in this video, what we did was we used this little helper tool, and we're able to lay these fixtures out in more or less the McCandless method. So there we are. I'll see you back in the next video.